Whoa, 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 I can't take this no more. Whoa, 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 I'm walking through heaven's door. Crying on the inside. Need one more hug before I say goodbye. Ever since you went away, ever since you went away, my life ain't been the same. My life ain't been the same. In the clouds I see your face.
What up, you guys? This is BFLY.
And your boy Riko310.
And we here with a new story coming to you straight out of Chesapeake, Virginia, man. The manager at Walmart dropped 6 bodies in the break room. And this is breaking news, and we're going to talk about it today. Gun violence is at an all-time high, and this would be considered a mass shooting.
It is a mass shooting.
What do you feel about the gun violence that's going on?
I mean, this is the thing. I feel like the government, they shouldn't have legalized guns for 21. You know, you got to, and especially you got to have some type of training when you got a gun to know about deaths and, you know, protection. A lot of people don't understand that. But I think in this case, this was a whole different type of story. I feel like the video that I saw on Instagram, I felt like the one of the girls, they were talking bad about him, bullying him, talking about his hair. You know, they were making fun of this dude, and out of the fun they made of him, this is what he did.
Tonight we are learning more about the 6 people who police say were shot to death at a Walmart in Virginia by the manager there. One of them, according to his family, had said that the gunman used to give him a hard time at work. The 6 people killed are 22-year-old Tanika Johnson, 38-year-old Brian Pendleton, 70-year-old Randall Blevins, 52-year-old Kelly Pyle, 43-year-old Lorenzo Gamble, and a 16-year-old too who is not being identified right now. Investigators say the shooter here was 31-year-old Andre Bing. He worked as a night team manager. He'd been employed by the retailer since he was a teenager. A local station there is reporting that he apparently had a manifesto complaining about a change in employment status and that there was a list of people he presumably meant to target.
How do you know you go out to go to work and you not coming home?
It is by the grace of God that a bullet missed me.
Police said he was armed with a handgun and additional rounds of ammunition, injuring at least 6 others before killing himself.
You know, you got to, and especially you got to have some type of training when you got a gun to know about deaths and, you know, protection. A lot of people don't understand that. But I think in this case, this was a whole different type of story. I feel like the video that I saw on Instagram, I felt like the one of the girls, they were talking bad about him, bullying him, talking about his hair. You know, they were making fun of this dude, and out of the fun they made of him, this is what he did.
They said he went in the break room and shot the break room up. He didn't look at anybody specific. He just let it go, man.
Now, I did hear he had a manifesto he left for the people to read that was in his phone, the same phone that they claimed that they had. He left a manifesto for him, so I want to hear what that had to say.
So this is what the manifesto said, okay? First, I'm going to start off by saying the one line that they highlighted. It says, "They laughed at me and said I was like Jeffrey Dahmer," okay? Now, this is the death note that he left, okay? It says, "Sorry, God, I failed you. This was not your fault, but my own. I failed to listen to the groans of the Holy Spirit, which made me a poor representation of you. I was harassed by idiots with low intelligence and a lack of wisdom. I remained strong through most of the torment, but my dignity was completely taken away beyond repair by my phone getting hacked. I can't say that they were the only ones that lacked intelligence and wisdom. I was just as guilty and failed my management team and everyone that loved me by convincing them that I was normal. The associates orchestrated it, and they laughed and made subtle, cold speeches, which I eventually figured out. I thought somebody, such and such, was my friend, but he betrayed me. Betrayal is one of the worst feelings next to regret. They laughed at me and said I was like Jeffrey Dahmer. I would have never killed anyone that entered my home. A few months back, I overheard such and such, and he told me that they have been trying to get rid of me since day one. After I heard that, I lashed out. The associates gave me twisted, evil grins, mocked me, and celebrated my downfall the last day. That's why they suffered the same fate as me. some chick, she must have been
Yeah,
working
she-
at Walmart. I don't know who this person is.
She was another
but
associate.
she was a person that was doing these things to him as well. But she also either got fired or quit or left. But he says that the people thought that she was crazy for walking out, so I guess she left. But unlike me, she listened to the Holy Spirit. She was antagonizing me too. And one day she approached me in personnel and apologized to me. On her last day, she looked me in the eyes, terrified by a demonic aura. My true intent was never to murder anyone, believe it or not. I was actually one of the most loving people in the world if you would get to know me. I just wanted a wife that was equally yoked as I and obsessed over the thought. However, I didn't deserve a wife. I hope that people will learn from everyone's mistakes and truly love God and not the material possessions of the world. My only wish would have been to start over from scratch, and that my parents would have paid closer attention to my social deficits. Sorry, everyone, but I did not plan this. I promise things just fell in place like I was led by Satan. I have written songs in the past, though. I only did it when I realized that my phone was hacked and it was giving the worst feeling imaginable. I wish that I could have saved everyone from myself. I will spare such and such because I have a special place in my heart, because my mother died from cancer. Please let everyone know that bitter seed apricots are the cure for cancer and not the doctor. My God, forgive me for what I'm going to do.
Now, before we start off and get into talking about associates and managers at Walmart, I want to start with the parents. Parents, please understand your kids. Get to understand your kids. You know, because some kids that be out here, they be going through mental stuff.
Illnesses.
Yeah, in their mind, and they're not social to the people out there, and y'all just like keeping them in the house or making them stay here,
Or they heads in their phones.
yeah, like get to know your kids, man. Because if you don't, then that pain is gonna carry into some more pain. Then you have people out here bullying, talking, putting people down, and whatever he was going through, he took it out on them.
And let me say this, right? Because I had an experience in Walmart. And it's crazy because you would think that people that are in these positions, the people that they put into these positions, but we all have to remember, let me say this first and foremost. We are all human beings.
Yes.
So when people are going in and going to work, we all have issues. We all have financial problems. We all have something that we going through while we putting our clothes on and we going into offices or you going into work. You know what I'm saying? You have to leave that personal stuff at home from 8 to 5. However many hours you have to work, you can't bring that energy. Your problems have to stop at the door, because now you have to deal with customer service and dealing with people. And y'all have to watch who y'all put in positions.
Walmart.
In certain positions, because some of these people don't deserve certain positions. I encountered a situation in Walmart where I went and I wanted to get some hand sanitizer. And the hand sanitizer was in the meat department on top of the counter, which is equivalent to my eyes. And when I went to press the pump down, the hand sanitizer shot in my eyes. Now, whose fault is this? Is it my fault from trying to get hand sanitizer that is there in the middle of the pandemic? Or is it their fault for having the hand sanitizer at eye level and they're not cleaning it properly? So what happened was they didn't clean that nozzle properly, and it shot me in my eye. And I'm all going through Walmart, freaking out. The person from the back had to bring me some water. Now we're talking about an eyeball here, and I don't know how I want to say this is a serious situation, because me and if you look on any bottle of hand sanitizer, it is like a big % of alcohol in this hand sanitizer. So it could literally damage my eye. So it took them 45 minutes to bring a manager to me. And when the manager come, he got an attitude. And to sum the story up real quick, he get into an argument with my king right here, Riko310. And the first thing he said was he from Long Beach. Now you a Walmart. You're a manager. What the fuck
Do Walmart got
do
to do with that?
Walmart got to do with you being from Long Beach? So now basically you on some street shit.
That's where he took it to, and that's how I felt. Like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm from Compton.
And nobody should be having to talk to a manager like this. Mind you, I still got hand sanitizer in my eye. I have a cold cloth over my eye trying to make a report with Walmart. So this is the manager though. So I'm thinking that this guy here, Andrew Bing, was an employee, and maybe the manager was messing with him. But come to find out, he is the manager. And this bullying thing is a serious situation. Listen, like I said, we don't know what people have to deal with outside of work, let alone to come to work, where you're getting away from your outside life, what you could be facing at home, and you coming in here and you got to be around people, store people, helping people, your co-workers, and the people, the very people that work with you. How much can someone take? And then we have to look at it as a two-sided story. Because
I don't fault him.
no, listen.
I'm sorry.
You have to look at it as a two-sided story. Because I'm just finna say this, right? You have people that's gonna look at it like, oh my God, that's it's horrific, and these people, and let's pray for their families. But when do we stop fucking with people? When do we stop putting people down, making people feel low? Because let me tell you something. It's just like if a child is in school and somebody is constantly fucking with them, and they didn't try to tell the teacher, then they didn't try to tell the principal, then they didn't have a fight, and this. And it gets to the point where if nobody steps in,
the kid is taking action of his own.
It take an action of his own, and then all of a sudden this young child becomes a murderer. So when is enough enough? When is it okay to stop bullying somebody because things like this can continue to happen? It's a distraughtness that's already there in a person's life. The man said that his mother had died from cancer. You don't know if you teasing him and he's still dealing with that. Anybody knows that when you losing somebody,
you gonna forever deal with that.
Listen, you don't know who might be sitting at home thinking. That's why I always try to go out and speak to people, you know what I'm saying? Inspire people, lift their head up, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know who might just be on the edge.
Man, I just want to say this, okay? Andrew Bing, I don't fault you, man. The reason why I don't fault you because I understand being put in that position, and whatever you're going through at home, you got to come to work, and then you got people telling you, hey, they thinking about firing you, they thinking about doing this. That's going to drive a person to want to do something to somebody. And he probably really, deep down his heart, didn't want to do it, but he had to send a message to Walmart. See, people thinking about Walmart just like, oh, Walmart down here, these associates, these managers, department managers. What about the people, district managers, and the people over the district managers? That man probably reached out to some people and tried to say something, tried to stop what was going on. Nobody didn't do nothing. Nobody didn't make no changes in nothing. So guess what he did? He made a change. And it had to cost him his life. But he was understanding, willing to go out and say, you know what? I'm going to knock them all off, and then I'm going to go out. I'm going to take my own self out because I know I'm doing wrong. Anybody that kill their own self, they know they did wrong. And that's how I feel. So I can't fault that brother. I feel bad that the people passed away, that loved ones died. Loved ones died the day before Thanksgiving. I do feel that. That is hurtful. But what y'all was doing to him is hurtful too.
It's just a sad situation all the way around. But I'm going to tell you, every time we have one of these conversations about what's going on in this world, it's real toxic right now. And people are on edge. They're on edge. You don't know how they dealing with things financially, mentally, spiritually. You don't know who You are actually encountering. We all know that it takes years to get to know somebody because every day those people are changing and we're changing. Every day something new is happening to us. You can have a good day, you can have a bad day, but let me tell y'all something. Instead of putting people down, bullying people, making them feel low about themselves because you already don't know what the state of mind of them are.
Man.
At the end of the day, don't cause harm to yourself. Because we not living in the times where they say sticks and stones can hurt my bones. The tongue is deadly. Man. The tongue is one of the deadliest things that we have. And y'all, this man is going to work and he say, you know, allegedly y'all talking in codes because I wasn't there. But I know what that feel like. To walk in a room and feel like people snickering at you and laughing at you. And I know what that feel like. So I'm not saying and I'm not justifying anyone's actions because I have to come from a place of I was not there. I don't know the whole truth.
Exactly.
But I will say this. I've been in high school before. I've been in junior high school before. You know, and I see what people have done to people. And listen, you can create a killer.
Stop talking about people. Stop backmouthing people. Stop subbing people. Stop all this shit, man, because listen, when you do shit like that, all you doing is throwing gasoline on the fire. This man was already lit. He was already lit from the death of his mother. That's why he tried to tell y'all the cure for cancer. Because he's probably was trying to study and find out how to save his mama. Then she died after he done studied, looked up this and that. Then she died. That's heartbreaking right there. Then go to work and then you got a motherfucker over you telling you, get over there and do that. Do this. Get over there, you got nappy hair. And I don't know if you've seen the video of the black girl on Instagram. It's a video of a black girl on Instagram holding her camera 20 minutes before he killed them people. 20 minutes. She was laughing at him talking about look up at his hair. Nigga hair nappy as a motherfucker. But why are you doing that? Like, I'm pretty sure you was one that he got. I'm pretty sure you was one of the ones he got.
And this is the thing, listen, right? Because the phones then got out of control. The phones then got out of control and they know exactly what they was doing with these phones. Man. People head down, they not paying attention. You know what I'm saying? And then you using it as a way to harm others. See, this is the thing.
He said it on the video.
This is just as deadly as a gun.
When he realized she was recording him, he ducked and said, "Man, come on, man. Watch when you see the video." People stop doing that shit, man.
And we gotta find this video so that way we can show y'all what, you know what I'm saying, what somebody is being hurt. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, we will never know. When you're upset, you're mad, or you're angry, we can only understand it when you're telling us. But a lot of people hold things inside. They don't have anybody to talk to. And not one person in their life to say, you doing a good job today. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. Don't let nobody. Sometimes we need to have conversations with people like that. Instead of you saying, oh, look at your hair, and look at this. And I'm pretty sure some of these people, listen, there's no one greater than no one.
No, she didn't look that good.
But it's no one greater than no one. Listen, we have life and we have death. At the end of the day, we all have issues. We all have problems. There's not one single person here on this earth that is a perfect person.
Not at all.
We all have flaws. What if somebody came and did exactly what you was doing to somebody else? How would it make you feel? I give my condolences out to all those people that lost their lives, but this gotta stop.
Walmart, change up your policy.
Could you have prevented this?
Walmart could have prevented it. They could have. That man tried to reach out to him. That manifesto, that man was all I went to that man's Facebook page, and his Facebook page said Walmart is suck. Now I'm pretty sure somebody on Walmart, y'all done tapped in his page. I know his name. Everybody at that job knew that man's name. Y'all sitting up here putting this man down, but not understanding what his messages was trying to say. His message was saying, I'm about to get it popping.
Listen, and at a time like this, right, where we have to work. We have to work. So I'm pretty sure we don't, like I said, we don't know his financial situation. You don't know if he was homeless. You don't know if he was living by himself. You don't know if his mama lost his house. You don't know what that man was actually going through and how he was coming to work, to why his hair wasn't probably combed properly. We have no idea, but the man needed to work. At the end of the day, to deal with whatever you're dealing with in life and then have to go into work just to be taunted and teased, y'all created a fire.
Now, Walmart, y'all gonna have to take care of all these people. Funerals, y'all gonna have to do all of that. Y'all got a lot of making up to do. And the thing about it is, like I said, managers, stop letting these associates put people down, because y'all was with that the other people. Y'all was helping talk about him.
And maybe y'all need to get a character assessment test. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And ask certain questions to put somebody in order. Because I know we just went through a pandemic. But are y'all actually, like, I want to see his interview. Like, when he got the job.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Because you get into a manager position. Did they just give you a manager position? Did you work your way up to be a manager?
Yeah. It's like the time, how long you been there. And then you, say a position come up, you fill out for that position, and then they give it to you. But the thing, like I said, they have to stop playing with people hours. A lot of these jobs play with people hours. 1 minute they'll give you 10 hours this week, next week they give you 5 hours, next week they give you 40, next week they give you 10 again. It's too much playing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Walmart, change some things up, man.
And like I said again, man, it's a heartbreaking story. All the way around, because you have somebody that's being bullied. You had somebody that reacted. And then you have a lot of families that have to grieve and mourn. And like I said, my condolences to all of those people.
We'll keep y'all updated as the story unfolds even more, because more and more are going to come out. And what we would like you guys to do is to like, comment, subscribe to this channel, man, so y'all can stay up. Hear the news, man, straight coming from BFLY and Riko310, and we go from there.
Man, be for real.
Whoa, 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 I can't take this no more. Whoa, 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 I'm walking through heaven's door. Crying on the inside. Need one more hug before I say goodbye. Ever since you went away, ever since you went away, my life ain't been the same. My life ain't been the same. In the clouds I see your face. Don't wanna feel this pain. Why won't it go away? It's making me say, whoa, 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 I can't take this no more. Whoa, 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 I'm walking through heaven's door. Crying on the inside. Dying on the inside. And it's making me say, whoa, 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 I can't take this no more. Whoa, 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 I'm walking through heaven's door. Crying on the inside. Need one more hug before I say goodbye. I don't wanna say goodbye. I miss you. And to live in a world without you, I don't know what to do. This is going to be the hardest challenge I ever have to face, but I'll get through it. I love you, and it's making me say, whoa, 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 I can't take this no more. Whoa, 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 I'm walking through heaven's door. Crying on the inside. Dying on the inside. Making me say, whoa, 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 I can't take this no more. Whoa, 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 I'm walking through heaven's door. Crying